Okay, can you hear me? Good morning. Good afternoon for some of you. Happy World Card Making Day. Such a good day, right? Oh no, I don't know my kid's password. Shoot. Okay, I gotta run and get my laptop. I'll tell you guys why well, you guys just know that I'm always a mess, but I'll tell you why I'm a mess in a minute. I get my laptop. Oh, Daddy, you're not gonna throw that away, are you? That's mean. That's her favorite toy. Yes, it is. Okay. Can you guys hear me? I'm wondering if we're not using these. They're just still sitting there from my last fiasco. Okay. Yay. And the sound is good? Not muffly? Hopefully. Because I do have my AirPod in. My microphone is the best thing to use, but my battery on my phone is dead. And so I have to use my AirPods because my phone has to be plugged in and my microphone. Okay, hold on. View on YouTube. Perfect. Okay, now I can read your guys' comments. I'm going to be doing another little craft room update. I don't want to see any of this. I just want to see your live chat. How do I get there? We go. Okay, Denise, Holly, Tracy Hugs. If I'm the singing lady, do I sing? Oh, that's funny. Stop. Let's see. Marlene, hello, Ray. Oh my gosh, so many of you are here. So fun. Ray, I didn't think you would get to be here because I thought you were traveling today. Maybe you're just tuning in from the car. All right, so let me just tell you what we're doing. You know, my episodes of my live events are called Crafty Chaos for a reason. That's because I am on a wing and a prayer every time I'm in here. And let me tell you what I was doing up until now. We have a shed, like I would assume most people have some sort of storage unit outside of their home. While I'm talking about all of this, I'm going to do a little cleaning up because I can't craft in the chaos that I'm in right now. So I got to just do a little smidgen of organization here. And you would think if I was a professional, I would have had this done before we went live. But as you know, I'm not a professional. I'm a hot mess express. So let's lower our expectations. That's probably the first thing you have to do if you're joining me and you don't know me and you're new around here, is you probably need to lower your expectations. I'm not a fancy, I don't have all the bells and whistles, right? So, and I'm pretty much live in organized chaos most of the time. which I feel like most crafters can relate to. I'm just saying. I feel like that's a common thread we share. And I've got crap everywhere. There's crap everywhere. So let's see. Look at that embossing folder. I think we need to use this today. Don't you? I think we do. Let me get my layering guides out of the way. I'm just going to play with a bunch of stuff today. I have no real plans except for us to do something fun and hang out. And so look at, aren't these pretty? These are the honeybee freebies when you spend $100 with honeybee. So before we get started, let me just tell you, nobody's paying me to do this video. This is not sponsored. I'm just doing what I feel like doing today. I'll probably use a mix of products. So what I've done, because I don't know what I'm doing, is below my video, there are links to all my favorite places that I use. I'm actually going to edit really quick. I'm going to edit the description. And all of my shop links are below the video. So I've got Honeybee, I've got Spellbinders, Conquered a Ninth, Trinity Stamps. You know what I don't have listed is Pear Blossom Press. I really need to list them because I absolutely love them. Anyways, those are all my affiliate links. Amazon, and when you shop those links, I get a little kickback from the companies and it does help me out. So, I mean, I'm no longer relying on this as my income. I have a job now outside of the home, which is kind of a blessing and a bummer all at the same time. But I just share that with you so you know I'm sharing just absolutely what I love today, what I want to share. None of this is like pre-planned, paid for content. Does that make sense? I don't know if that matters to anybody, but I just thought I would share. All right, so we're getting a little organized. What are you guys in the mood for? Are we in the mood for some holiday type crafting, like fall? Are we in the mood for fun fold? Are we like what are we in the mood for? What are you guys in the mood for? I'm gonna put these away. Also, let me tell you what I've been doing. See, I get distracted. We're cleaning out the shed. I have found massive amounts of product that I'm going to be packaging into mystery boxes and selling because there's just too much. I just have too much. So, as soon as I get that up or get it dealt with, I'm going to probably like record a video. I may even show what's in each box, and then I'm going to just put links to purchase a mystery box with a quantity limit, and when they're gone, they're gone. I'll just do it through PayPal because I don't, I can only keep so much stuff. So, oh, Ray, you're right. You are no help. Ray says she enjoys everything, so she's no help. So that's coming down the pike. I just want to tell you guys that I will be doing mystery boxes full of awesome products that I just don't have room for, and I've got to start being better about so when I was with Stampin' Up, I was really good about purging. Like I would get rid of stuff because it would retire and it would no longer be any good. And now I don't have that problem really. And so I want to keep everything, but the problem is my space is only so big. I can't keep everything. And I think I'm going to be doing a small mini update to my craft room because now there's even more stuff in my space that's like, I want to kind of say like irrelevant, like I don't really need, because I'm not running a business. Does that make sense? Okay, I want to try a technique with this embossing folder. This is a Jennifer McGuire technique. And I'm trying to remember. I think, okay, so I know I need a brayer, which I have. I've got a little Tim Holtz brayer. I need ink. So let's use an ink I don't normally use. Let's use Hero Arts. What do you think? Let's use, let's see. Let's use Deep Ocean. And we're just going to do a white piece of cardstock to see if I can do this technique before we get really, invested here. So, and get going with all kinds of crazy fun stuff. So let me cut this down. I also have multiple Stampin' Up! Trimmers. I have one of the old Stampin' Up! Guillotine cutters. And the reason I haven't sold any of this stuff yet is because it's big to ship, and I've been a little stressed about how I would do the shipping. Okay, here we go. So with a brayer, helps to, look at that. Isn't that fun? You want to you don't want to go back and forth because you're just only going to get ink on one area of the brayer. You actually want to roll it like I am, like this. Okay. I'm going to have to get out my I feel like there's a way she does this. She being Jennifer McGuire, the queen of everything. Okay, now it can't move or it'll be a mess. Should have got this out before. Maybe we're just going to play with techniques with embossing folders. I don't know. But I really want to try this with this particular embossing folder. Oh no, it goes this way, I think. Wait. No, it goes this way. Oh, would help for the handle to be towards me. All right. Anyways, so I have all of these things that need to be sold. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so I feel like this is not as perfect as I would want it. So, I mean, it's still kind of cool, but I wonder, so this is why she tapes it. Okay, everything makes sense. So she usually tapes this in place. I can kind of feel where it goes. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it again. You guys tell me if you think I'm doing something wrong that I need to do differently. Okay. Okay. I think this is in place correctly, is it? No, I don't think it is. I think it needs to go this way. Wait a minute. Nope, it must have been correct because it nestled right in this way. Oh, I think I did it. Okay, let's try again. Let's go over it again. Yes, I am purging. Hi, Miss Deborah. Okay, looking better. So I'm not super thrilled because see where it's getting the ink on the bumps? I feel like it shouldn't do that. So that kind of bugs me. And see how it's like super dark down inside? It's like bleeding up. Hmm. All right. So my question becomes, is it the ink? Uh, what might be causing that? So whoever we have in the audience that's an expert, I would love to hear from you and for you to share with me what I'm doing wrong. Because why is it when I do these types of things, techniques like this, they never come out like Jennifer's? Why? What is wrong with me? It just makes me feel so stupid. Because I watch her do it and I'm like, okay, that came out perfection. Like she literally did it perfect. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the same embossing folder, but I'm gonna change. I don't know how to clean a brayer. Yes, I do. Okay, I'm gonna change my cardstock and my ink and use. I'm gonna use Concord and Ninth ink, and I'm gonna use Concord and Ninth cardstock colored, and I want to see if it makes a difference. Where's my C9? Here it is. Okay, so let's use. Oh, come on, come out of there. Let's go with. What size do you think this embossing folder is? A 5x7? I think so. And there's some ink right there. So let's cut a piece of cardstock that size. And I'm going to go with. Look, I already have a piece of Harbor that is cut at like, it's my last piece of Harbor. This means I need to buy more Concord and Ninth cardstock. And I'm going to cut it at 5x7. So in case I know I didn't say this, the embossing folder I'm using is from Honeybee, and it's new, and it's called Soulful Season. Soulful Season, if you're looking for. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with. I'm trying to decide which side I want to cover because I'm trying to decide how I want it to look. I'm going to start with Harbor ink because I want to just go kind of lighter and then maybe work darker. Holiday Fun Fold. Ooh, we could probably do that, Linda. Okay. First, we're going to keep playing with this because I don't know about all of you, but I just got ink on me. Yuck. But I see techniques done and I'm like, I want to do that. And then I go to do it and I'm like, okay, well, that didn't turn out the way that it turned out for so and so, whoever it may be. What's wrong with me? That's what I always think. What is wrong with me? Okay, one thing I can tell you is maybe I'm getting too much ink in some of these areas. I want to make sure there's no ink on this side. We're going to find out. Oops. Cheese. Cheese and rice. We're committed now. see what happens. What do you guys think? Think it's gonna work? Or be a flub? Yep, it was a flop. Darn it. What am I doing wrong? I mean, I could still use this. Don't get me wrong. It's fine. I could use it for other things, which I probably will. I'm not going to keep trying this because clearly I don't know how to do it. Hey, I have an idea. What if I just did this? What if I just did this? I feel like this is what I've seen Jennifer do, now that I think about it. Okay, now which way do I put this in there? Who cares? I'm just gonna... Nope, it's all out of whack. Okay, so we're not gonna use this because I've just completely destroyed it. That's a shame that I just wasted that much paper. Well, I didn't waste it. I'll figure it out. But let me cut another 5x7 and let me cut it in just in case. This might be the answer, guys. Yeah, if you're coming to my channel expecting like, oh my gosh, she has it all together and she's going to teach me exactly how to do all the things, that's not my channel. My channel is more just like, you know, I'm in the trenches with you. We're learning together, having fun making cards and playing with paper. Not so much like I'm the expert that's going to teach you how to do all the things. Although I am pretty good at a fun fold, I'll tell you that right now. I am pretty good at a fun fold. That's really my wheelhouse. Guys, we almost did it. Okay, don't talk about it. Let's do this again. Me trying not to touch anything or screw anything up. I think I might have done it. That's how you do it. Forget you, Mr. Brayer Man. Okay. Almost. Like up here is perfection. We got a little issue down here. But look how beautiful. I love it. It actually turned out almost perfect. There's one little issue down in here, but that's it. Right here. This is all perfection. Okay, we're going to use that. Yay! Look at what we did. There you go. Sometimes just persistence pays off, yeah? We just kept trying. Okay. You know what would be really pretty is like a green. I don't know why, but I am so into the Christmas right now. And Christmas, a lot of Christmas stuff hasn't even come out yet. But it's like, I'm not even like focused on fall. And I feel like that's not good. I'm just like, forget about fall. Let's skip straight to Christmas. Not in the way of the real world and weather and all of that. No, I'm perfectly happy having fall. Just in my card making, I feel like I'm kind of like, meh. Anyone else notice that it seems like all the fall-ish stuff, does it seem to be coming out late to you guys, like from like different companies? I'm wondering if there's like, if it's the tariff thing. And it's, well, I know that that's a major issue, but I'm wondering if it's still causing backlog and all that. Okay, let's put this away. Isn't it gorgeous? Okay. Oh my God, Kathy Sanford, hi. Aw, I'm so happy you're here. So Kathy used to be on my Stampin' Up team, and she always would send me little gifts in the mail. She's the best. I mean, not just because she sent me gifts, because she's really delightful, but there was just such a kind thing that she did for me. I'd get little gift cards and stuff like that. It makes me super happy when I see one of my old Stampin' Up team members because hop on a live with me, because that is the one thing I do really, really, really miss about Stampin' Up is the people that were on my team. Let me be specific. The people that were on my team. Okay, so this panel to me didn't work out, but we could use this side and we could use this side. I don't really like that, but this one came out almost perfect. So now we know, right? So this feels like it could go really well with some fall stuff. So let's see what we've got. So this is meant for like, this is going to make it too busy. So because it's so busy, I feel like, ooh, I kind of really want to make this coffee shop. Maybe we'll do you guys want to do this in part 2? Do you like it when I do, oh, these big leaves. There's so many good things. This is Honeybee's newest release, if you're not familiar already. And obsessed, it might be an understatement. Okay, so I'm feeling like potentially excuse me, gallery wall. Okay, this is teacher stuff. Sorry guys, give me a second. I'm just kind of trying to make some decisions. I really want to use stuff from this new release. Just because it's fun and it's fall, but I'm not feeling it with any of the like, I almost feel like these just need like a sentiment because it's so intricate. So let's just keep these really simple. How about, I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut this down. It's 5 inches wide. So if I go to 4.5, so I'll do a 1/2 inch on this side, a 1/2 inch on this, or a 1/4 inch, excuse me, 1/4 inch on each side. And then I'll do a 1/4 of an inch from top and bottom. So when you have a really busy pattern like this, you really don't want to add a bunch of stuff to it. because it just doesn't work, if I'm being honest. Like, it just starts looking chaotic and messy, and that's not a great look, right? So, um, I'm gonna make this a side folding card. So this is now 4.5 by 6.5, and I want a 5 by 7 base. Why can't I think of how to do this? Okay, so 10 inches. I had a brain fart. So you want to cut your cardstock 10 by 7, and then you want to score it at 5.5. No, 5. On the 10-inch side. Now, if you wanted to make it top folding, you would have to use 2 pieces of 5 by 7 card. Well, you'd have to do a 5 by 7 and a 5 by 7.5, and you have to make a hinge if you want it to be top folding. But I'm not going to mess with that. I'm just going to make it side folding and keep life simple, you know? Okay, then this is going to get centered and glued down. I probably need to, yep, this is almost out. I need to order more glue. Let me put this upside down in a container, in a thing real quick, so I can use it later today. And then this guy just needs to be unplugged. I've got my Misty stuff here, my glue press, which I love. But if you've been around a while, you know I have the wrong. Oh no, bye Ray. Oh, I got it. Okay. I'm missing a bunch of comments. I wish my flubs were like that. Oh my gosh, you're so funny. I think it's the ink, craft ink level out better sometime. The way I did it in class, emboss the cardstock, remove it, and on the debossed side, swipe your whole ink pad. Okay. Gorgeous. The brayer has never worked for me either. I'm inking the side that debosses. Small decorative size hay bales. Like dies, Miss Deborah? Because there are some. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about for like decorating your porch? Like what do you, because there's a big difference. I just stuck my finger in glue. See that? Right in a big old blob of it. Because I'm special. Like that. Look how pretty that is. Man, that's pretty. Man, that is pretty. Okay. Glued down. Been busy moving. Oh, Kathy, you moved? Where did you move to? Oh, I miss seeing you too, Kathy. It's almost like Wedgwood China. Yeah, it is kind of like Wedgwood. Miss Deborah, there's a Home Depot in Folsom. I mean, I know it's not close, but it's not too far. Oh, you've got Kathy, if you haven't checked out Honeybee Stamps, girl, link below my video. You're gonna have to because it's so good. So good. We just got so much rain. Okay. Oh, actual hay bales for your front porch. Um, hmm. Well, if you want mini ones though, you want small ones, you don't want regular sized straw bales, is what you're saying. Because You could definitely get regular size straw, but it would be awfully heavy and hard to handle. Miss Deborah, why are you doing all that? I mean, I know you like to have your front porch cute, but dang. Michael's usually has some. I think you're going to have to go to Folsom, Miss Deborah. You're not going to have a choice. Okay, I'm looking for a sentiment, guys. Let's see. I have some good Concord and Ninth big sentiments. Oh, this is one of my favorites. I use it all the time. Okay, so I have birthday. You guys tell me, should I go with birthday? Or should I go, look, I do have this really, ooh, I don't know if I can do it. I have a will miss you doggy one that's like a, you know what I'm saying? Don't talk about it. Let's not talk about it. So I got a nice big birthday one. I've got, what do I got over here? Within the old honeybees. Do I have something? Oh, I think I have a really big birthday word one die. Or maybe that's Conquer a Night. Oh no, it's this one. Oh no, that's Lucky to Have You. I don't want that. Aquarium, terrarium, curious critters, butterflies. I have this big happy birthday. Almost tripped and fell. Cambria, Wisconsin, 40 minutes from your old house. On a lake. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, thanks, Crafty Tracy. Oh, a hello might be good. This is a big happy birthday that could go like right here. Does that cover up too much of the design? Let me see if I have a big hello that would work. Where did this come from? Oh, the packaging is over there. What do I got? Oh my gosh! I knew that was gonna happen. Matter of time. I just tripped. Okay. Oof, I've got to spend some time putting some things away. This is absurd. Man, there's so many things I still haven't used from the last release that I want to use. This could be a good one. Flawless Friend. Oops, sorry. I just bumped you. Oh man, there's all kinds of good stuff. Okay, this doesn't really have what I'm looking for. Guys, I don't know. Maybe we just sit on it. Maybe we just sit on it and we go on to something else. Let's just think on it. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Jean? Maybe we'll make a um while we think about what we want to do with that. Or maybe it doesn't have a sentiment, you know? Maybe this is the card. And we could do like rhinestones. Ooh. We could do like rhinestones here around each thing. I don't know. Let's just think on what we want to do. Because I don't want to rush a decision and then not be happy with it. You know what I mean? Okay, so that takes care of that. Let's do something else. I don't want to spend a bunch of time over a sentiment. Let me pull up a fun fold idea. Just bumped into you again because you guys said you wanted to do a fun fold. So let me go. One of my favorite things to do is to go to my website and search old fun folds. And then like remake them. I really do enjoy that. Let me see. What's a good one? Let's do a really old one I haven't done in a long time. Man, I made a lot of fun folds. Guys, I actually have some talent. Who knew? Ooh-wee, until you get real old and you realize not so much. You know, I have posts on my site from 2012. Yes, 2012. Ooh, some of my card making was frightening back in the day. Frightening. And I thought it was so good. Funny. I can see it progressively gets better though. That's nice. Yep, these are cute. Some of these things are really cute. Some are really bad. Okay. Oh yeah, you can't because there's none. Okay, so hold on. Ugh, some of these fun folds I did, like when I'm looking at them here on my website, I'm cringing because I can remember doing them and absolutely hating it because I was like, this is difficult and stupid, and I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. Yeah, my stuff came a long way. There's no denying that. It's kind of like walking down memory lane when you pop through these. I really am trying to find one, guys, I promise, to do for you. Ooh, that one's pretty, but whew, I don't know if I have it in me. Complicated. You know what? This was always one of my very favorite fun folds. Let's make this. I'm going to print this old one so that I can just read my own instructions. This is one of my favorite fun. Of course, my printer's not on. Well, of course it's not. Okay. So let's do. Oh, thank you, Kathy. All right, I'm glad you're coming back at 3, Miss Deborah. We'll see you later. Um, okay, this is printing. So let me see what size papers I need. So now I need you guys to type in, do you want fall or do you want Christmas? Let's just do, you know what? Let's do, I already know what I'm going to do. Sorry, you don't get a vote on this one. I'm going to do something cute. Um, let's do, maybe we'll do a couple. Okay, let me see. I gotta look at this really quick. Do I want to use this? For the front? I love this stamp set. I don't give a sip. So cute. Maybe this for the front? This is a French press layering deal. Or, man, we could go really big and we could do this whole thing on the front. So fancy. Okay. 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 We are going to make this guy, the flat top box card. I love this fun fold. It is so much fun to make. This is from my website from many years ago. Speaking of which, I'm just going to tell you, if you want to grab stuff from my website, you might want to, because I don't know how much longer I'm keeping it up. It's getting more and more expensive, like everything else, for me to keep it. So I'm just giving you that little heads up. It may stay around for a long time, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay. What color do I want to use? Well, let me look at my cardstock pack. Because I want to use this paper. And I kind of need to decide what I'm going to do on the front. I'm seriously considering making, let me show you guys this. I'm seriously considering, this will be like the most fancy card ever if I do this. I'm seriously considering putting this entire coffee cafe together for the front of this and going on a belly band. So this is on the front, and then there's a coffee gift card inside. Is that insane? So if I did that, what would be good paper for the background on the sides? I think something, well, like this would be pretty. I got to think about what colors my shop would be. whatever I use here, my shop needs to like complement those colors. I'm kind of thinking this kind of pulls at me too, but is it too dark? Because then I could make my coffee shop dark if I go like, okay, I think I'm gonna do this. I really like this because I'm thinking like French bistro coffee, and this kind of feels like that to me. It has that vibe. And then the question is, should I make two of these? Since I'm already making one, should I make two? Or should I make one with this design and then one with another design? I'm overthinking. Okay, so I need 2 sheets of this cut at 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. So 1 3/4 and then 5 1/4. Okay. And this is 5 1/4. And then I need a big piece of cardstock cut at 8 1/2 by 10. So I'm going to use Spellbinders cardstock. I really like their paper pack, and you can get it on the Honeybee website, FYI. So if you're shopping Honeybee stuff today, you can grab a pack of this cardstock that comes in all kinds of fun colors. And I don't have a green piece big enough. Okay. Oh, yes, I do, because I have a whole nother pack. Oh, yay me. Oh, no, this is Concord and Ninth. Dang it. Okay. So I needed to buy another pack of Spellbinders, clearly. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is random paper I have. Okay. Hold on, guys. Let me find a piece of paper I want to use. Well, the color I wanted to use, I don't have in Spellbinders, but I can pull one out in Concord and Ninth. Ooh, I could also grab, you know what I could do is I could grab, I actually think that I like the artichoke with this the best, but I could also grab some old, let me grab some old Stampin' Up! Cardstock that I've got up here. So artichoke would work from Concord and Ninth. And I think I've got, let's see, red, orange, yellow, green. So I probably need to pull this. These are in big boxes. Okay, I don't want granny apple green. That's not going to work. Garden green, maybe. Actually, kind of like that. Let's pull 2. Let's pull 3. Because I'm like, my brain is thinking, you don't want to pull this box down again. Okay. All right. Where'd my little sheets of paper go? Are they stuck to the bottom of my box? You guys, are we being serious right now? Where are my papers? Oh, there they are. Oh, God. Okay. Lord Jesus, be offense. Okay. So 8 1/2 by 10. So let's cut this down to 10. So now you understand why this is called chaos, crafty chaos, right? You guys get it now? Because that's what this is. Things are a little, okay. So score the large piece of cardstock at 2 inches. We're just scoring, we're not cutting. So 2 inches, 3.5, 6.5, and 8. Turn and score it 1.5 on each side. Okay, 1.5 and 1.5. All right. All right, and then we got to trim away the corners. Where are my scissors? Here we go. I'm going to trim away the corners. Because these are the flaps. I remember this. And then, guess what? My instructions tell me to watch the video. And I really can't remember how you make this. So I'm going to actually have to go watch the video. So what I think we're going to do to save us all some heartache is, because this does have a tricky little way you have to fold it to get it to fold in. I think I kind of remember. I'm pretty sure I remember. I think you have to score from here to here and make this like a little triangular piece. And then these fold up and in. But I don't want to screw it up and give you the wrong instructions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the next pieces of this, and then at 3 o'clock, I'll show you the fun fold and we'll make another one. Okay, so we'll make 2 so that we're really sure on how to make the fun fold piece of this. And then in the meantime, for a few little bit longer here, we are going to work on our coffee bar. And then at 3, when you come back, we can put all this together. And it's 3 o'clock Pacific, FYI, not, just to be clear. So what I find the easiest personally with doing lovely layers, you can cut all your pieces of all of these pieces. You can cut them in colors. Okay. You could just pick out all your colors. I find it easier to cut them all in white cardstock and color them. That's just me. If you're like, nope, that is too much work, all for it. Whatever works for you. For me personally, it works best to cut everything out in white cardstock first. And just color it the color I want as I go. Because what I find is I get very overwhelmed with all these little pieces. And if it's just in white, then I can kind of sort them and color them as I'm assembling. That works best for me. That probably doesn't work best for everybody. Okay. So, you do whatever works best for you. I seem to, if I'm being totally honest, I seem to not really be able to cut them in solid cardstock when I do these lovely layers that are complicated or they're really not complicated. I shouldn't say that. They're very easy. There's just a lot of pieces. So there's something about all the pieces that overwhelm me. And so my way of handling that is to cut it all in white and then sit and sort it all and then color it as I go, as I'm assembling. Also, because my little brain, the way it works, gets kind of bored of doing certain things. I I get bored very quickly, and so it's also helpful for me to cut everything in white so that I'm not, because cutting it all in different colors is tedious to me, where having it all cut and ready to color doesn't feel tedious. Does that make sense? I mean, it's probably just my special brain, the way it works. Um, most people probably would rather just cut it all in color. Shout out to my membership girlies that are here. I appreciate you. Um, they got an exclusive live the other day. We're going to be doing more of those. Okay. Look at how cute that is. Gosh darn cute. All of it. It's all so cute. I don't know. I don't think I need to keep these, but there's parts I'm sometimes not sure about. So when I have that, I just kind of set it aside and I try to group my parts. Okay. So if you like these little muffins and their muffin tops, I'm sticking over by themselves. This little, this is a layer, I think. Yeah, this is a layer to this. So I'm going to stick it together. I try to keep, I think this goes with that. These are for the lights. So I'm going to put those here together. This, I don't know what the heck this thing is. So I'm just going to keep it together though, because I know that these parts go together, but I'm not sure what yet. I have to look at my layering guide. So I have people say to me whenever I do this, like, I don't know how you do it. I wouldn't have the patience. I'm going to tell you right now, I am about as patient as a tick. I'm not a patient person. But what I have found, and you're going to think this is insane, I'm just going to tell you ahead that I think that's a piece I need. Is that a piece I need? It is a piece I need. Oh, wait. No, I don't think it's a piece I need. That's just cutting out the center of the handle. And then when I'm done with my die cut, I stack them. See what I'm saying? I stack the ones that I've already used. This goes here. Over to the side. Okay. So people always say to me like, "Oh, you're so I don't know how you have the patience to do that." I'm not a patient person. But I am a person that likes a good dopamine hit. And I'm going to tell you right now that making these gives me the biggest dopamine hit when I'm finished. Oh, see, these are my inside parts to my toaster, I think. This is my toaster. Then I've got a little coffee pot. And then these are my lights. There is something super duper 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 satisfying about doing one of these that are really like detailed and tiny pieces like this, even though it's tedious when you're doing it and you're like, oh my gosh, there's all these little parts and it seems like it would take a lot of patience and all that. I get it all cut very quickly because I use all white. And then I really enjoy coloring. So for me, sitting and coloring all of these pieces is fun. I like doing that. Gosh, I hope you guys are still here. Like, I haven't, no one's, is everything still working? No one's chatted in a while. I would love to hear from you. Okay, this goes there. All these, see how like, okay, let me show you what Honeybee does that I love. So see how like there's this little pot? All the pieces that are going to layer to make this little pot are on one die. So this is something I really love that Honeybee does. It makes it a lot easier. So when I'm stacking everything, I can stack it all together in one little pile because it's all on one die. So like this one, I know goes with these little light fixtures. And then we've got two little coffee cups. Oh, this is going to be so cute when it's finished. Okay, coffee cups. I'll put those together. I got a couple of little croissants. Croissant. I have a little niece that, well, she's not little anymore. That's how she would say it. And it was so cute. Croissant. She would try to say it, like the French way. I know I'm mutilating it, but that's okay because I don't speak French. Okay, this piece goes up here. And then I'm going to put my little croissants with my little muffins. And then I've got this is a flour sack bag. And then this is the little flour. You got to have one of these tools, by the way, if you're going to do lovely layers. This is, they make a million of them. I've got this one. I've got this one from Spellbinders. I got another one of these too, the old school one. I've got all kinds of these different tools. I have one from Crafty Meraki that's no longer in business. They're handy. The one I'm using right now, this is from Trinity Stamps. All right, let's keep cutting. We've got more pieces to go. We're almost done though. I could have used my big mama plates and probably fit everything on here at one time, but I really didn't think about it until just now. Okay, let's cut all this. Hey, Renee. I am going to color all of these pieces. Yes, we were just talking about that, Renee, because um, every time I do this, people say, you're crazy. You have a lot of patience. And I always think that's funny because I'm one of the most impatient people I know. But there's something about doing this, I was just saying earlier, that gives me like a huge dopamine hit when I'm finished. Like the amount of joy I get from all the little pieces and parts and like finishing it. I don't do it because I enjoy cutting all the little pieces. I do like, okay, hold on. I got to keep everything together. I do like, this piece goes with this. This goes over here. This is a chair. This is a chair. I forget what I was telling you. What I do like. I don't know. Left me. I like coloring them all. But what I was saying earlier is I don't necessarily love like this part of the process, but when it's finished and it all comes together, it is like seriously one of like the it's absurdly, it makes me absurdly happy. So that's why I do it. Is for the end result. It's for the dopamine hit. I know that's why I'm doing it because I'm not a patient person and by nature. Like it's just not. I'm not. And yeah, that's what it is, y'all. I'm telling you right now. You can think what you want, but okay. So now I have to make decisions about coloring. So if you came late, this is going to be our fun fold. We're going to do this at 3 because I have to go watch the video because I can't remember the little pieces and parts. And this will be like our background paper that'll go kind of behind this. So in keeping with that, I want to keep like the color feel similar. So like my little awning is probably going to be green. My building is probably going to be like maybe a brown. My coffee building. And I'm realizing now that I probably need, I'm thinking, I probably need well, I'm going to have a belly band. So I could have a thick belly band, which would work. Okay. Okay. We're going to worry about that part in a little bit. All right. So first, so this is what I do. This is why I cut everything in white because I'm like, I can kind of imagine how things are going to work as I go if everything is in white. I don't know why. Like I said, cutting it all in cardstock colors to begin with is too hard for my brain. So I have to do it this way. So the first thing I'm going to color because I feel the most excited to color it is my awning. And I'm going to color it green. And I want it to kind of be, I want it to kind of be this green, right? Because I want to pull from that in the background. It totally gives more options in the design, Tracy. Thank you for saying that. Okay. What time is it? Ooh, man, we've already been like an hour and 15. Okay. I'm moving some stuff out of the way so I can sit down comfortably because this is the part where I just like to get comfy, grab my chair, settle in, right? Okay. And now I got to pick my colors. So like I said earlier, Honeybee, I wonder if Honeybee's having any sort of a special World Card Making Day sale. Let me double check. Everything I'm using right now is from Honeybee Stamps. No, doesn't look like it. No special sale, but all of the products that I'm using today are available on the Honeybee site. Okay, so I'm going to look at some of my green options here. I think, oh, this is a good one. Maybe we'll do this one. Okay, we're going to do G28, G17, G05, and YG03. Okay. And so I don't know if you can see, but you can kind of see. See how there's like little embossed lines? To me, that's my indicator that those areas would be the darkest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the edges and then up these lines with my darkest color, which is the G28. And it'll just kind of look a mess until it's not. You know what I mean? That's how this is. That's how this goes. And then it's going to be dark here, kind of under, because it'll be as though that part of the awning is going down. And then I like to kind of look back and forth at my little lovely layers guide, which is sitting right next to me while I do this. Because I want this to be a little bit lighter at the bottom of this overhang and then darker right here. And then that will give more of the illusion that it's like coming out and down. The way awnings have like, you know, the drape that comes down. Okay, so there's that. Also, just gonna say, if I were to ever own like a little coffee stand, pretty sure this is how I would want it to look because this is adorable. You know what I'm saying? And then if this doesn't come out the way I want it, that's okay. I can go over it again and get it to where I really am happy. And they'll just go like this. And I'm going up into that G28 and I'm pulling down. This is one of my midtones. So it's going to have, I'm going to use more of this than I do of the G28. And I don't know about you, but I'm a person who has to like move my dye around when I color. I try not to for your sake, but it just inevitably has to happen. Okay. So I can already tell as I'm coloring this, it's a little bit lighter than I want. I want it to be a little bit darker green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with my darkest color in just a second here. And I'm just going to add more of it. And then I'll go back over it with all of these colors. But I want my darkest color to come down a little bit further, I think. And as you layer your colors, as you layer your ink, it sits into the paper better and it bleeds and it moves and you really end up with like, yeah, I don't like this YG03 with this. You really got to work hard at blending it. Okay, not gonna happen. So I know what I'm gonna do. So see, you just play, okay? You just go, yep, that's not gonna work. Okay, we're gonna do this. So now I'm gonna go a little bit heavier with my darkest color across the top here and down in between each. And instead of making this a 4-color blend, I'm gonna make it a 3-color blend. That's all. What does Bob Ross say? Happy little accidents. Just a happy little accident. I am no Bob Ross. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't know about you guys, but he is one of my favorite people to listen to go to sleep at night. They have old Bob Ross reruns on different stuff. You can watch them on YouTube. And you talk about relaxation. Holy Moses. That man can put you to sleep. So I'm just going to go back in here and add more dark, right? I really struggle with adding dark color because I'm afraid I'm going to mess something up. And so sometimes it takes me a few tries to get things the way I want them. So now that I know my lightest color is going to be that G05, I'm going way heavier handed with the G17 and I'm pulling it in. It's my mid-tone and the G05 is my lightest now, right? And I may have to go over this one more time till I get it the way I want it. And you may not want to color this intensely, right? You may just be like, you know what, girl, I'm going to color this dark green and I'm going to be done. That's totally fine. Like, please do not ever feel like you have to do all the blending. Like, just color. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. Just color. Don't worry about it being a certain way. I do this because I love it. It, again, gives me great joy. It gives me that dopamine hit. And when I color each piece and it comes out how I want, it makes me really happy. So see that? Oh, it's gonna be very nice. And what I'm doing here is I'm starting at the bottom and I'm pulling back up in to kind of blend that lightest color into the darkest. There, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Yes, I have learned to cutting white gives you more options. Yeah. I think coloring on white instead of colored cardstock gives you more dimension. Yes, I agree. I totally agree. Okay, we're gonna go to this piece, which is the layer for the awning, and I'm gonna do kind of like a pale bluish color. Do you guys want me to keep track of the colors I'm using? I could write them down. Let me write them down. We'll do awning. How do I work this? Awning is G28, G17. Apparently, I don't know how to write a G anymore. G17. Oh my God. And G05. And then for this, I want it to be light and I want it to kind of be blue gray, I think. I think. So this is BG72, which I would want to be my darker color. So do I have a lighter BG? BG. Ooh, maybe we want to go BG like 90 and 93. Maybe that's more of the vibe I'm going for. Let's see. Yeah. Here's a 96. So if I were to go, if I were to go like in the crack is going to be darker. Like this. And I have plans for these little deals where it's connected. Okay. So this is BG96. So this is my friend Kelly says this. It's burned into my brain because I've probably watched every single video, almost every video that Kelly has ever made. Any point where two objects meet or one object lays on top of another is where your shadow will be. Do I sound like her? Yeah. So, up in the center of this little thing is where it would be darker because that's where like the fabric would be gathered. So that's where your shadow would be. So I'm just putting a shadow, I'm putting my darkest color up there, pulling down, and this is BG 93. And here's the other fun thing about cutting in white. Let's say I color this and I add it and I hate it. And I want to go a totally different color. Guess what? All I have to do is recut this piece in white. I'm not wasting colored cardstock. I just am out a little bit of time. You know what I mean? So now I'm just pulling ink back and forth into to shade it and to blend it. Okay. Oh man. Okay, we're gonna call it quits here in about 15 minutes because I is this how this works? Oh, I'm missing a piece. Am I missing a piece? No, I'm not. Okay. So this is gonna go like this. And then I'm gonna put little, I'm gonna see, let me see first before we make this decision if I've got teeny tiny gold, because I want little, yep, look, I have gold pearls, but I don't think I have enough. Dang it, do I have enough? Because I was thinking little teeny tiny gold pearls on each one of these would be super cute. But okay, I kind of like this one. This is the gingerbread. I almost wish they were even smaller. I almost wish they were just like teeny, teeny, tiny. Oh, you know what? Do I have, what do I have? I used to have Nuvo drops, but I waited so long to use them that they like crusted and dried up. So I don't have Nuvo drops anymore. Well, let's see, what are these? I'm looking all over my craft room, guys. Is these teeny tinier? No, those aren't any smaller. Okay, I'm gonna use the little, I'm just gonna put one on and you guys tell me what you think. Yeah, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I could use my alcohol markers. And then I could use like stickles over the top of it. Okay, we're gonna look at one of these as an option and then see if it's too big. Oh, it might not be actually. Okay, what do you guys think? This is gonna get glued here. And then look, what if I had one of these at every single white spot? What do you think? Can you see it well enough? Or do you think I should color each of them and then put like a glossy accent dot over the top of it? Ooh, Catherine says yes. That was a definitive yes that Kathy, um, is it Kathy or Catherine? Catherine, excuse me. Catherine's like, yep, that's the ticket. So let's glue this in place. So this is how I do things differently than what I've noticed other people do. Again, this all goes back to my little brain and how it gets happy about stuff. Rather than putting together, rather than coloring all the pieces and then assembling, I color like each different little piece that's gonna stack together and then I assemble it, and then I color, and then I assemble, and then I color, and then I assemble. That makes it a more enjoyable process for my brain. Probably a Wendy thing. You know what I'm saying? Probably a Wendy thing. Okay. Oh, that was hanging down a little too far. There we go. My husband and I started watching the okay, let's put all these little thingies on. And let's pray that I have enough, because I'll be really sad if I don't. We watched two. First of all, we watched this thing last night called, I think it was like The Girl in Apartment 603 or Murder or Death. It was Death in Apartment 603. I don't know. It's a true crime deal. It's on Hulu. 10 out of 10 recommend. It is the craziest true crime story ever. Well, it's not. It's not the craziest ever. I know who did it. Of course, it's always the spouse, significant other. But um like he's never been arrested, he's never gone to jail. He's really never even been questioned or interviewed that much, to be honest. Her death was ruled a suicide, this gal. And guess what? Like, there's so much evidence that suggests otherwise. It's just a crazy story. Seriously, it's a crazy story. You should watch it. Um, how pretty is that? Do you guys love it? Look at that. So see, this just makes me so happy. Just this little piece is done. So then I get to set that little piece aside. Yay. Okay, now I'm going to color this piece. And I'm going to do this piece in, this is like our main coffee hut situation. So there's going to be other pieces that are going to match this piece because, yeah. So I have to decide on my colors first. I think I'm going to do, what am I going to do? 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 Let's see. What do I have in here? Okay. We'll do E49, E37, E, why don't I see it? E35. And E33 if I can find it. Why don't I see it? Gosh, this frustrates me. Here's E34. I guess I could use that. Here's E31. Oh, here's E33. Okay, so I'm going to use this color combo. So let's keep, where's my list? Remember I told you I was going to write a list for you, but now I don't know where it is that I started. Special lady, yes I am. I don't know. Okay, this is what I'm coloring on. Wow, I really have problems. Oh, it's on this. Okay. So building is going to be E49, E37, E35, and E33. And then my little strip for my awning was BG 96, 93, and 90. Okay. Oh, wait, this goes over here. Okay. All right. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Okay, so it's going to be darker here and here and here and here and here and here. And then I kind of start getting overwhelmed and I just go, okay, well, this is going to be darker on the edge and this is going to be darker on the edge and down this way and down here and here and up, down. And then each box is going to be, well, okay, we're going to go, you know what, I'm just going to do, I don't know, I'm just going to do this. So that you can see the panels. Okay. There. And then we're going to go E37. Here. And I can already tell I need more dark on this part right here. It's okay. We'll get it. We'll get it. I'm probably down here too. I'm kind of thinking I might need to use E39. Let's see. As I'm coloring, I'm like, you know what? I'm thinking, yep, I'm thinking that's what we're going to do. So we're changing it. You just got to be willing to, change it up. So I'm actually going over the E37 with E39. Okay. And then we'll go E37. Yep. And then E35. And we won't use E33. Okay. All right. Now we got to color the centers here of each panel. So I actually should be doing it this way. Yeah, this is E39. So I'm kind of like feathering in versus making like a harsh line. And I can tell that I need more E49 to be pulled into each one of these. So we're going to fix that in a minute, but I'm just going to do this part first. And then we'll feather in some more E49. Oh, hey, Jana in South Alabama. That kind of rhymes. Okay. All right. So before I go any further, I'm going to take my E49 and I'm going to come in like this around the edges. Because it just needs it. We just need a little more dark moodiness here on these panels to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this is gonna turn out okay. Kind of looking like a hot mess right now. That happens though, right? Sometimes it looks like a hot mess till it isn't. That's what Sandy Allnock used to say. If you've never checked out Sandy Allnock on YouTube, highly recommend. Her stuff now is more like fine art, but if you go back to her old stuff, all she used to do was card making. And she does the most masterful Copic coloring I think I've ever seen. I mean, she's a fine art artist. I mean, she's an artist. And I've taken a few of her classes, and I'm telling you guys right now, if you want to see something incredible, go watch her old videos when she did card making and Copic coloring and all that before she went fully fine art. I mean, she's an she's taught art. She's like a hardcore artist, but her stuff is incredible. Okay, we're getting there. I feel like we're maybe getting there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it when it's all done. We can always go back. We can always readdress it, right? Mm, mm, yeah. So I'm just going to make these darker with the E37. So we're going to let that sit because I'm not sure how I feel about all that. And I mudged it up here down at the bottom. See if I can push back some of this color. Sometimes you just have to also go back over things and then it kind of settles in a little bit. So we'll see. We're going to leave it alone and let it soak into the paper. I'm not in love with this part. Worst case scenario, we just go over that with dark. I mean, I'm not sweating it too much. Okay, so for the top, now I need to deal with that situation. Um, I think this whole piece is going to cover it. Yep. So in this instance, I'm just going to do this. I don't need to color this whole top piece because you're not going to see it. $37.35. This is bugging me. It's too harsh. So I'm going to take my E37 and I'm going to go ahead and go over the whole thing in the center and see how that does after a few minutes. See if we can blend out some of those harsh edges more. That's better. Okay, now we got to color this guy. And I am not going to try to make all these little indentation areas darker because I just don't think I can. I mean, it takes too steady of a hand and I don't have that. So ideally what I would like to do is I would like to be able to take this darker marker and go inside where it says coffee cafe and the little beads and make them darker and do everything else lighter. I just don't know how to do that. So what I'm going to do instead is I think I'm just going to color it like I'm coloring everything else and just do this. I mean, if this looks stupid, again, worst case scenario is I recut it and I try again. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to look. This is kind of a newer thing I think that Honeybee's doing where they're adding like this embossing with words. And I like it, but I'm a little uncertain how to use it. Like, because my inclination, see, this is not going to really work for me, I feel like. What I want is I want that coffee cafe to like stand out, and it's not going to because it's just kind of all blended in. So then I'm like, okay, now what do I do? How do I make that stand out? You know what? I do have, I could use like a multi-liner, or I have, hold on, hold please. Are these all embellishments? What's in there? No. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Okay, those are acrylics. This is what's wrong with not relabeling and organizing your drawers. I don't know where anything is. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that, you guys. Sniffing in your ear. That was a big sneeze. Oh, wait, here we go. Pens. Let's see. Well, I've got these pigment multi-liners. I could try. Thank you. Are the words embossed or debossed? They're debossed. I can't swipe ink across them. You're right, Jana. Her ink charts are the best. So this makes me very nervous. Okay, gotta tell you, this is working. So it's almost like my pen is in a track. and just following the track lines. Not bad. Could be worse. Actually, don't mind it. I don't think I'm gonna do all of those little beans. I think I'm gonna leave the beans. I actually think that turned out pretty good. What do you guys think? Not bad, right? Okay, so use a pigment multiliner. And this one was the one I used was a 0.8, and it's a little bit thicker tip, and it just kind of like fell right into those tracks where it was debossed. Okay, and then we're going to put this on here like so. And then see how like there's this little white speck right there? I don't like that. So what I'll do is I'll take my E35 and I'll go across this like this. So there's no white showing because I don't like that. Okay. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, how cute is that? Okay, so now I want to build some of my other parts and pieces. So this is a shelf, and it's going to go here. This whole area actually is going to kind of just get covered. The lights are going to go in front of this. So we have to build this on something, is what's happening here. I'm going to color this entire thing dark. Because the stuff I'm going to put in it on the shelves is going to be lighter and in front of it. So I'm just going to color this whole thing dark. I really need to go eat lunch and come back in a little bit. Okay, and then this piece we're going to glue to this, and we're going to do our shading on this one. So I'm going to do the E49. Oops, kind of did that too far. It's okay. E39. Guys, this is going to be so cool. So see, this is why I do this. I know there's so many of you that are like, I would never do this. It's too tedious. It's too time consuming, blah, blah, blah. But like, look how much fun it is as you watch it come together. I'm telling you, you've got to try it. If you've never bought Lovely Layers from Honeybee, just buy one and try it. You may love it because there is something incredibly satisfying about it as it comes together. Just makes you like happy, you know? Happy, happy, happy. Okay. Okay. So look. Now we have our little shelf. So freaking cute. Here's the biggest problem I have. I've told you guys this before. Don't judge me. The biggest problem I have when I make cards like this is who am I going to give them to? Because if somebody got this card for me and threw it away, I would like bawl my eyes out. Okay. And then there's this thing, which is going to hang. So what do you double it up? Why is there two? Why is there two? I don't know. It's interesting. Why does it cut a blank one? So you could write your own thing on it or stamp on it maybe? Okay, I'm gonna stop here. But look, really quick before I stop. I can't put this on yet because we have to add other stuff, but look. Boo! Is that not the cutest? Look at this. See? Dopamine hit. Look at this. Oh my God, it's so cute. Be still, my heart. Be still, my heart. Okay, so we're moving in a good direction. I'm going to let you guys go because we've been live for 2 full hours. And when we come back, we're going to finish this and we're going to make our fun fold and we're going to have our whole card that will have taken us all day. And that's okay because this is our happy place, right? I have to go eat something though and stretch and move around a little bit. And then I'll be back at 3 to go live again. And we may just go live for like 4 hours. I don't know. We're gonna go live a long time, probably at 3 o'clock. But isn't that pretty? Ooh, you guys have to come back and see us finish it. All right, I'll see you guys around 3 o'clock. Happy card making day. We'll see you soon.